Hello everyone, my name is Tyrone. Today we're going to take some looks at resumes. I'm going to show you some ways we can format the resume, how to put it together nicely, as well as some ways we can put it together badly. So we're going to take a look at what we can do and some things we should avoid. So let's get started. Resume 101. Alright, so the first thing we'll look at is just your personal information, your name, your address, your telephone number, and your email address. Your name should be the largest thing that's on your resume, the largest font. I normally use 18 times New Roman. Everything else here is either 16 or 14, but you can make the font whatever you like, but make sure that your name is the largest font. City, state, apartment number if there is. Sometimes I underline the email address, sometimes I don't. It's up to you. And also the same. Everything has to be the same color, black ink. The next thing we'll look at is the objective. That's pretty much what you hope to achieve while at this job. Now that can always vary. This one's just basic to gain the experience and skills needed to excel in the business world. But that can vary depending on what the job is. It could be, a cooking job, a cleaning job, an office job, a managing job. So you might want to change this, but depending on you want to gain the experience and skills. You're always going to want to show that I want to learn, I want to improve. And that's what and your objective is very important. This goes right under your. So education is the next subtopic that you'll put on your resume after your name and information, your personal information. Is objective and education. Put the name of your high school, the years you completed, and diploma if you have. If you have a GED, just put the name of the school and the dash year dash GED. If you have any college, if you went to college, put that on there, the years you completed, the courses you've taken, which is important. Any course you've taken, put it on there. Any college or anyone you put on. Next one is work experience. I used a made-up company, Apple and Aqua. I hope it's made up. I have here the dates. That was work. Some people spell out the month, some people don't. It's up to your preference, but make sure it's readable and eligible. So I have the 10-2008 from 7-2010, and I have bulletin form. The first word of each bulletin is capitalized. General office work, answering, inventory, receiving, computer sales, prepare. This is important because you're listing what you have done, but you don't want to do this, which I'm going to show in my next video. Let me see. Alright, here, this is what you don't want to do when you're doing your work experience. I changed the title to Bath and Cuddle. It's nice. First and foremost, post your most recent job. That's what you want to list first, your most recent job. We have a cashier, dream, cleaning, answering telephones, customer assistance and recommending merchandise to customers, recommend, select, help obtain merchandise, answering questions. All this, it's pretty much redundant. And then you're explaining what you got to do. You could avoid all that. Customer service, answering phones, general cleaning, cashier. If they want an explanation, they'll call you in for the resume. So don't explain. Now, skills and ability, that's going to change a little bit. That's going to be the last thing you put on in the fourth title. Bold letters, font 14, 16, whatever. Just make it a little bigger than what you put on here. Whether desktop publishing, Microsoft Word, you're a forklift operator, singing, dancing, role playing. Like I said, this is going to change a little bit depending on what you're applying for. It could be medical, office type, cooking, general labor, whatever type of job, your skills and abilities should change. If you don't have it, leave it out. But if you have any, put that in there and critique it to whatever you're applying to, whatever job you're applying. So this is how your resume should look, nice and neat to the point. Like I said, starts with your personal information, centered, put it at the top. That should be the biggest font letters. Everything else should be the same font. I normally use 12 times New Roman. The 4 subtitles, objective, education, work experience, and skills and abilities, they'll all should be bold and capitalized. You see, notice right there, work experience. Start off with your most recent job or the job you're doing now if you're no longer working, followed by the next couple of jobs. Your resume should be no more than 2 pages. If you need more than 2 pages, I'm bored myself. I'm done with it. Employers don't want to deal with that. 2 pages. If you're young in your 20s like me, you really should be able to fit everything in 1 page if you can. But no more than 2 in your last couple of jobs. Don't put 10 jobs on one resume. That's just not going to cut it. They don't want to be bothered with that. If you're an older person, you have a lot of experience, put any job that's mostly directly related to the field you're in without having, I guess the next problem with work experience, try to eliminate gaps. If it looks like you took a year or 2 off, eliminate all gaps. Other than that, you should be fine. This is just a basic example of what a resume should look like. So this is how your resume should look: nice and neat, to the point. Like I said, starts with your personal information, center it, put it at the top. That should be the biggest font letters. Everything else should be the same font. I normally use 12 Times New Roman. The 4 subtitles: objective, education, work experience, and skills and abilities. They all should be bold and capitalized. You see, notice right there, work experience. Start off with your most recent job or the job you're doing now if you're no longer working, followed by the next couple of jobs. Your resume should be no more than 2 pages. If you need more than 2 pages, I'm bored myself. I'm done with it. Employers don't want to deal with that. 2 pages. If you're young in your 20s like me, you really should be able to fit everything in 1 page if you can. Basically how your resume could look. Nice, short, simple, to the point. Don't over explain everything. If you have to explain it, I'm done already, me as a person. I don't want to hire someone and your resume isn't clear, it's not to the point, you can't spell. Spell check is important. I don't know what else to tell you that. Spell check is important. Even if you spell check it, once again, reread when you read over material, because chances are, even though you spelled it right, it just, the sentence, everything just don't sound correctly. If you're a younger person like me, you should be able to put everything on 1 page. An older person who's had about a dozen jobs, half a dozen jobs, 2 pages. Remember, you want to keep it short and simple, where that person can look at your resume and clearly see what identifies you to that job. Once again, truly important. Make sure you have an updated telephone number and an email address. I can't stress this enough. You can have a great resume, great personality, but the wrong information. They can't contact you if the information is not correct. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Share your thoughts and opinions down in the comment box below. If you have nothing else better to do than just pretty much be a jerk and a douchebag, remember, the line for haters closed 2 hours ago. Try again tomorrow. And yes, I know it's lame. It wasn't intended to be cool.